Alright guys, so we'll be cutting some crown today. I'm going to show you how to cope the corners, but before we get started coping the crown, I want to make temporary crown stops. Because of the spring angle of the crown, we want to nest it up against the saw. This is the way it sits. We want it upside down and backwards to cut it. So nesting it up against the saw, what I want to do is position it so that it hits the saw and the table exactly the same every time I make a cut. Otherwise your cuts will be off. So if I keep the spring angle on the table and on the fence and use my extension wings to clamp that in place, and now they won't be in the way also. I'll do that on one side and I'm going to do it on the other. Now when I nest it in, I'm going to have the correct angle every time on my fence and on the table. Now I'm going to make center cut. We're ready to go.
The first step in coping the crown molding is to cut the inside corner to 45 degrees. This will expose the profile you need to cut away. Now in this particular video, I'm going to show you how to cope MDF molding with an angle grinder, using a 40 grit flap disc on the angle grinder, which is just a bunch of 40 grit pieces of sandpaper lapped over each other on a grinding disc. Now I'm slightly skewing the angle of the flap disc about 45 degrees or a little less, and I'm just taking away all that material until I get to the profile of the molding. Then I want to get just as close as I can, turning the grinder every which way I need to follow that contour, then stop and use a file to refine the cut. After you get as close as you can to the profile edge, you just want to take a file and just knock off any little bit of jagged edges or anything that might not be perfect before you install it. When coping inside corners, your first cut, as you can see here, the piece I've already installed, that's a straight run and it's a butt cut right into the wall. The coped piece will fit right over this and give you a perfect inside corner.
Okay, so this is the corner that we just coped, and now you can see as I'm going to fit it in, it's going to be a nice snug fit right into that corner. Now, I don't have to mess around with it and worry about it being out if it's 45 or if it's 44 or a 46 cut, and I can just nail it off. You can give me a little pressure from that end as much as you can. There we go. Right there, perfect. Alright guys, thank you for joining me. I hope everybody enjoyed the video. If you did like the video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and a picture of a notification bell. Also, you can follow me on Facebook at Scalaro Woodworks, and you can also follow me on Instagram. I'll put the link down there. It's at Scalaro Anthony. So I'll put that on the bottom, both the Facebook and the Instagram. I know some people don't have Instagram, some people don't have Facebook, so I'm on both. Alright guys, so that was just one way to cope any kind of molding using the grinder. It's pretty quick, but I wouldn't recommend doing it on solid wood. I would only do it on MDF because the MDF, it just powders right off. But the solid wood, you really would just be burning it and you'd wear out the discs real quick. So for something like that, I would recommend using one of these brackets here on your jigsaw. This is a Collins coping foot, and I'm gonna do a separate video on this and show you how this works in reference to coping molding. It's a little different. There's a little bit of a learning curve on it, getting used to, but this is a little bit more accurate, I'll say. You don't have to file as much. I can use this and get right to the line and not have to use any files or sandpaper or anything. It's just ready to go up, and that's it, install. Alright guys, so I'll see you next time, either in the shop or on the job site, so make sure you stick around. We got a lot to do.